Hello friends, welcome back. So in this step, we will be see the architecture of Spring Boot. So this is the macro level architecture of Spring Boot: presentation layer, business layer, DAO entity layer, and database layer. Some people also not agree that the DAO is a part of the Spring Boot, but we can implement the DAO as well. Okay, so let's start from the presentation layer. So if you see the presentation layer, it's represent the layer to handle the HTTP request. So all the HTTP request will route it via the presentation layer. It receives the JSON request, okay, and convert to the object as well. So it also authenticate whatever the credential that the user is providing, okay, it will transfer to the subsequent layer like business layer, okay, to go and validate either the user is providing the proper credential is not. So that is all these things are achieved from presentation layer. So the next is business layer. So business layer receives the request, input request from the presentation layer, okay, and it handles the business logic. So we'll be writing the Java classes, okay, we'll be writing some interfaces, okay, to implement the business logic. So business logic performs some validation, maybe the first level validation, okay, and it authorize the user. It may go to to the database via the DAO layer, and it can validate. So business layer, like you can write the business logic, you can validate, you can authenticate, all the things you can done in business layer. The other layer is the DAO or entity layer. You can say also the persistent layer. So basically this is the storage layer also with term, and from here you persist the data into the database. So sometimes the people also called this is as a persistent layer. Okay, so it translates the business object to the database object. So there is a many way that we will be seeing here. Either you will be using the JDBC template in a Spring or a Spring Boot way. You can use the Hibernate like the entity manager or the Spring Data JPA. So we'll see all these things. So for this DAO or entity layer, we will be also creating the classes to persist the data into the database, and this is the database layer. So suppose you are using the Spring Data JPA, so you will be performing the CRUD operation. CRUD operation is nothing, it's a either create or select or update or delete operations are performed at this layer. Okay, so this about the macro level architecture. So if you see the flow of the Spring Boot architecture, so this will how it will look like. Okay, so as I explained earlier, Spring Boot in 90 or 95% cases, it it getting used for the microservices. So in today world, every application almost 90% are based on the microservices based architecture. So client is nothing, it's a presentation layer. Okay, it's sending the request via the HTTP to the REST controller. Controller is the one, either you have might have gone through the servlet or the frontline controller. It will first receives the request via HTTP request. Okay, either it will come via the post method or the get mapping or the delete mapping, okay, or the put mapping. All the request HTTP request here will bind with some method, okay, and that method will call the service layer to write the and to handle the business or to authenticate. Okay, so if the business logic are performs, the business logic are mapped with the JPA with model classes. So and the entity based or ORM, you might have heard, object relationship mapping, are mapped over here, and thereafter it persists to the database. Okay, and after persisting the database, it returns back the status to the service layer, and the service layer to the REST control layer, and REST control to the client. So in a micro services based or Spring Boot application, we see how you can make the class as a REST controller, so that it can handle the all incoming REST request, all incoming REST API. So in all the subsequent step, we are going to write a REST controller only to handle the front line request. Okay, so in microservices based architecture, there cannot be a microservices without REST controller. So in Spring framework, we used to write some n number of annotation to make a class REST controller, but in Spring Boot we will see only one annotation called annotation REST controller will be using to make the class as a REST controller, and this class will handle all the HTTP request. So like the REST API, mainly REST API, a specification says only four method are enough. Okay, only four HTTP method are enough to handle and to manage all kind of business logic and to handle the request, like get, post, put, and delete. So the same thing we will be seeing here. So let's move to the next step, and in next step we'll start setting up the build environment where we'll build the Spring Boot. So if you have a time, see you in the next step. Bye bye. So please click here to subscribe this channel, to like and share.